Greetings, true believers. It's your old pal Spider-Man. Good morning, Cadre. It's KJ. I'm wearing my I Survived the TSC Pepper Challenge because I survived the Death Nut Challenge from yesterday. Heat wasn't so bad. It was different from my experience with the scorpion peppers. I would say the intensity of the heat on my tongue was a little bit more. So scorpion peppers are around 2 million, 1.5 to 2 million Scovilles. The Death Nut, which was the last container that I did yesterday. So if you haven't watched that video, go check out yesterday's video when I did the Death Nut Challenge. So the last one had crystals on it that were 13 million Scovilles. So in theory, it should be 5 to 10 or 5 to 6 times hotter than like a scorpion pepper. I did not think that it was that much hotter. The intensity on the tongue definitely was more. However, it didn't last as long. This thing ramped up. So I had to endure that last one for 5 minutes. After I'd already finished all the previous ones, once I put in the last one, I had to do it for 5 minutes. And it ramped up to like 2, 2.5, and then by 3, 3.5, it started to die down already. So very different from doing the scorpion, where the scorpion ramped up like probably to 2, 3, and then was solid until like 6, and then started to die down. So a little bit different experience. I will say that the stomach pains that happened once, like a few hours later, when the stuff was like attacking my stomach, that was worse with this. I think the capsaicin crystals had a greater effect on my stomach. So that was rather uncomfortable, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna do a couple of new things to me. I've got a Yuma razor. Dave in Kentucky had done a pass with these, and I'd signed up for it initially, and then I was looking around at them and discovered that I could buy one for about the same price as it was going to cost me to ship it off to the next guy if I was in the pass. So I just went ahead and bought my own to try it out. I've heard conflicting reports on this being either mild or being super aggressive. I don't know. I've read lots of different reviews. It's super light. Probably the lightest razor I've ever had, comparable to like a Bakelite or a plastic razor. Yeah, it seems to have a little bit of an issue with blade alignment, so you kind of have to play with it a little bit before you cinch it down all the way to make sure that it's completely aligned and not like it gets wonky, but just side to side and making sure that the two sides are even. It wasn't too difficult though. Also, Dave in Kentucky sent me a sample of sweet orange chili pepper from Lakewood Soap Company. So I'm gonna try that out today. I think Lakewood Soap Company is probably Dave's new favorite soap maker, because I think he's bought a bunch of them. And just decided to use the sweet orange chili pepper soap for hopefully obvious reasons. So the orange is definitely coming off of this really strong. I can smell it. It's bowl's a foot away from me, and I can smell the orange coming off as I'm loading. Just want to make sure I dig in there and get enough soap. Just added some more water, and the orange came off again. I don't know what kind of pepper they used in here. And that was, when Dave posted about this initially, that was my thing I was curious about is orange, yeah, but what about the pepper? Like, was there any pepper scent in there? Was there any, like, heat from the pepper? I didn't know if they would put anything in it that would actually have some heat coming off of it to kind of give a slightly burning sensation, because I know that's kind of popular in certain circles of having products that do burn a little bit, like Pinaud Virgin Island Bay Rum has quite a bit of burn. Captain's Choice, when they made their Bay Rum, they made the Cat o' Nine's Tails, which has an extra level of burn to it. So I've loaded up almost the entire sample. So I don't know, there probably was enough there for 2 shaves, but I didn't want to underdo it. So really I'm kind of getting the orange, and I'm kind of getting just something else. I don't know exactly what it is that I'm getting. It's got to be the pepper, obviously, but it smells just kind of sweet, but I don't know. I want to say cardboardy, but I don't know if that's accurate. It just kind of is weird. It definitely doesn't smell like fresh squeezed orange or orange peel. It smells very synthetic. So far, this razor feels amazing. Now, I don't know what exactly this thing is made of. It's made in Turkey. It's got to be just Zemek or just some pot metal. It's super light. It's not plated with anything. It doesn't have a good finish. And just super, super light. Like, you feel like you're going to break this thing just putting it together. I don't know that the box that it came in just says made in Turkey, and really there, aside from like the model number, there's no other information on the box. But it's definitely cheap. I would almost call it a disposable razor, because I don't know that you could really get away with using it every single day. Just because it seems so fragile. I'm sure if you take care of it, it'll last you a long time, but it just feels like something's gonna break on you. But I'm finding it to be relatively mild, and since it is so light, I'm finding that I'm adding a little bit of pressure to it, but it's mild enough that it doesn't matter. And I typically will use some pressure anyways. It's got some blade feel, but nothing that's overly aggressive. Seems to be doing a good job. We'll do another pass and see where we're at. Like, after using the carve for three different setups of the carve, I would almost say I like the Yuma better as far as how it feels and comfort level of the shave. I think the Yuma beats the carve. Which I think I paid like $7 for the Yuma from eBay. Which I think if you buy them overseas, if you buy them in Turkey or someplace that's local, these things are probably like $1 or less. I know a few years back they were a bit more common, and you could pick them up with a case, a plastic case, for $3 or $4. So the soap, residual slickness, not really so much there. Slickness seemed to be good during the shave. I would say the shave quality though of the razor was really good. I'm just gonna do a little bit of touch up. I haven't typically been doing touch up passes, but I'm gonna go ahead just see what I can do with this thing. I would call this mild, almost similar to a Gillette Tech. That is a good shave right there. I mean, I haven't usually been doing a 4th pass, but that is super smooth. Yeah, the residual slickness just isn't there. That is a good shave. I really like this razor. I'm glad I just bowed out of the pass and bought one, because after the pass I would have wanted one anyways. I mean, it is light and it is cheap, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not a high quality razor, but it just feels good. Not completely smooth, but probably one of the better shaves I've had in a while. From a $7 razor, from like a $1 razor. All right, so what are we gonna use to finish this off? Let's go with Petrolone Classic. Haven't used this in a while, one of my favorites. After I tried this the first time, I bought some backups because I like this one a lot. Nice green, sort of woodsy, but just an outdoorsy greeny kind of scent. Got a little bit of menthol in there, but really good. All right, so thanks for watching. I'm Spider for the Cadre, and we'll see you on the forums later.